collapsing a month activity to a week. The CPA in me is saying you like 4x an activity, right? Like something that you would do in a month, you took it to a week. Imagine taking that a week to a day, right? You're like, Althea, come on, let's go. We 10xing this. Yes, or to an hour. That's a transformation, right? It's like, how can I collapse time? What I absolutely love is that you made a decision. You made a decision, and it starts there. We know it starts with awareness, right? We can't change what we're not aware of. And you were aware of a gap in your business, a sales gap in your business. And you weren't only just aware of it, you had an internal motivation to make a change that happened once you accepted your assignment. Once you stopped boo-hooing and boo-hooing and said, okay, God, as Cindy Trim says, I'm not distracted by problems because I understand heaven is getting a message to me that, God is getting ready to elevate me. And I understand this problem is getting ready to elevate me. So you said, what I'm hearing you said is going from knowing, right? Knowing to accepting. And you said, okay, God, I've accepted this. Let me study this. You've told me this. What is this story? What do I need to know? Oh, you're doing some things in me. So that was the start, the internal part, right? Sales is an inside out job. It begins with us, but it's bigger than this. So you said it started doing the internal work, which never really ends, right? And then you said you were able to, with new eyes, look out and see a gap in your business. And there was some resistance, as there always is resistance, right? Our unconscious and our subconscious does not want us to change. And you said, I saw what she did. She has something that I want, and I'm seeing a gap. And although I have been giving my challenge away for free, I'm not going to do that anymore. And there was a lot that you had to wrestle with. There's a lot that we have to wrestle with when we make any type of pricing change. I believe the biggest wrestle is when we go from free to charging. And then when we start charging, I think there's different levels that happen, right? Like when we go to our first 4-figure offer and our first, I see a change when clients start charging 1,000 and then 5,000 and then 10,000 and then 25,000 and then 30,000. Like there's internal changes, but I feel like from free to paid, whatever that paid is, that's a big one. That's a big one. You made a decision, and it required you to let go of the whining. I charge $5,000 an hour to coach with me. That's not a lie. That is the truth. Here's a story. I was charging $1,000 an hour, and people paid me. And my coach said, you are charging too low. And I believe God told me to hire the coach. And so I made a decision in 2017 to trust God in my business, to hire who he told me to hire, to serve who he told me to serve. And so when he told me to hire this coach, I submitted to this coach, and he said that I'm charging too low. I raised my prices to 5,000. He said, if you are going to work one-on-one and have a off session, don't do 1,000, do 5,000. So I do charge $5,000 an hour. I love how Jesus always asked, do you want to be healed? Just like Holy Spirit, it is such an invitation, right? And so the invitation for you is, do you want to build your sales confidence and grow your sales faster without working harder? That's my invitation to you. What is sales? We got to start with the definition. So many of us use words, but we have different definitions for them. And sales this is the first time I'm reading from the workbook, so I'm looking down a bit, you guys. Sales is exchanging a product, commodity, service, or delivery for money. It is helping prospective clients and customers And by the way, you guys, I pulled this definition together. So if you go into Webster Dictionary, it's going to be different. This is my definition. It's helping prospective clients and customers by listening to them and understanding their wants and needs to sell them what they're already desiring to buy. Bottom line, selling is a conversation because you're listening to prospective clients or customers, understanding their wants and needs so you can sell them what they already desire to buy. Selling is focusing on meeting the needs of the customer. As always when I love is when I haven't in years, but I would reach out to someone, particularly when I pivoted my business in 2017 from executive coach to business coach, and I was having these virtual coffees to do market research. And people were saying, what are you trying to sell me? And I'm like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Like, how can I sell you something when I haven't had a conversation to see what you want or need? I can't sell you anything, right? Like, I'm not selling you anything. And I can't. It's so impossible. I don't understand. We get these DMs. How are you selling something to me? We haven't had a conversation. So selling is focused on meeting the needs of the customer. And you've heard me, if you watch my YouTube videos, talking about selling is serving, okay? So what is sales mastery? It's unconscious competence. See, there's 4 stages of learning. There's the unconscious incompetence. I don't know what I don't know. We all start there. We're ignorant. We literally don't know what we don't know. And then we move to conscious incompetence. Oh my God. We get a little insight, right? And we're like, oh my God, I realize all the things that I don't know. We're conscious of our incompetence, right? We go from I don't know to I don't know what I don't know. We get some information and we realize, oh my God, I'm so aware of what I don't know. And then we go from conscious incompetence to conscious competence. Now that's the biggest journey right there. We start, and how does it happen? We learn things, we try them out, we practice, we apply, we fall down, we get back up, we realize, oh my God, I'm doing this thing now, right? We go from unconscious incompetence to conscious competence. Like, oh my gosh, I just had a sales call and I heard the different levels of no. Oh my gosh, I had a sales call and I heard when they were leaning forward. And the final stage that happens over time with practice and more practice and patience and more practice is unconscious competence. That's what you do, right? You guys do when you're working in your gifts. You're not even aware of what you're doing. It's I'm not even aware and I know stage. And people are looking at you and like, wow, you make it look so easy. That's the flow state. That's where selling is easy and fun and natural. And the purpose of this challenge is to get you on the road to developing sales mastery. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we release a new video. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Go to altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest sales mistakes that keep you from 7 figures.